Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel Best Ever Learn. So today is the first class of the explanation series. This is the English textbook of 9th class. We will be starting with the explanation of first unit. This is the index paper. You can see all the 8 units with their respective readings, A, B, C readings, and the first unit name is Humour. So here we will be starting with the first unit. So you can see the A reading, B reading and C reading, the snake and the mirror. B reading is the duck and the kangaroo. C reading is the little Bobby in the first unit Humour. And next the picture is given here. Look at the picture and answer the questions that follow. What would be prompted the monkey to look in its own reflection in the mirror? So it might be admiring its beauty. What could be the monkey thinking of at this point? The monkey might be thinking how beautiful it is, he is. Okay, so such kind of thoughts he might be thinking. Next, A reading, we will start with the A reading, the snake and the mirror. Let me zoom it first. Okay, the first paragraph, as you can see here, we will start with the reading and explanation together. Has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? A full-blooded cobra. So students, just imagine a situation where you came across a snake, and that also when it came on your body, and a full-blooded cobra. All of us felt silent. The question came from the homeopath. The topic came up when we were discussing snakes. We listened attentively as the doctor continued with the tale. So this is a story of a doctor who is a homeopath and a snake which is cobra. So it was a hot summer night about 10 o'clock. I had my deal at the restaurant and returned to my home. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. The sound was a familiar one. One could say that rats and I shared the room. I took out my box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. So, this doctor, on a very hot summer night about 10 o'clock, he had the meal at a restaurant, and as he came to his home and opened the door, he found some familiar sound, and he was aware that it was always the rats who does this kind of sounds, and he lit the kerosene lamp as you can see in the picture. Next, the house was not electrified. It was small rented room. I had just set up medical practice and my earnings were meager. So here the meaning of meager means not very high. That means a medium. The salary of this homeopath doctor was average. So he lived in a rented small house and it is not electrified. That means there was no power in his room also, and he opened in which he carry all his stuff. That means in the suitcase he had only 60 rupees along with some dhotis and shirts, and he had one solitary only one black coat, and which he always wear while going to his clinic. And at that time next we will continue. I took off my black coat, white shirt and not so white vest and hung them up. I opened the two windows in the room. It was an outer room with one wall. It had a tiled roof with long supporting gables that rested on the beam over the wall. There was no ceiling. There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. I had my bed and pulled it close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. I got up and went out to the veranda for a little air, but the wind god seemed to have taken time off. So the doctor is mentioning the condition of the of his room, which is not so good, and which the doctor wanted to sleep, but he could not able to fell asleep also, and so that he went to the veranda for little air, but there also he couldn't find the air, And next, I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book, the Materia Medica. I opened it on the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. A small comb lay beside the mirror. So one feels tempted to look into a mirror when it is near. I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty and I believed in making myself look handsome. I was unmarried and was a doctor. I felt I had to make my presence felt. I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Again, I heard the sound from above. I took a close look at my face in the mirror. I made an important decision. I would shave daily and grow a thin mustache to look more handsome. I was, after all, a bachelor and doctor. I looked into the mirror and smiled. It was an attractive smile. I made another earth-shaking decision. I would always keep that attractive smile on my face. To look more handsome, I was after all a bachelor and a doctor too. On top of it, again came that noise from above. I got up, it lit a beady, and paced up and down the room. Then another lovely thought struck me. I would marry. I would get married to a woman doctor who had plenty of money and a good medical practice. She had to be fired for a valid reason. If I made some silly mistake and needed to run away, which she should not be able to she should not be able to run after me and catch me. With such thoughts in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. Then there were no more sounds from above. Suddenly there came a dull thud, as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. So surely nothing to worry about. I haven't so I thought I would turn around and take a look. So no sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. The snake landing on me and my turning was simultaneous. I didn't jump, I didn't tremble, I didn't cry out. There was no time to do any such thing. The snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. The hook the hood was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. I was turned to stone, but my mind was very active. The door opened into darkness. The room was surrounded by darkness. In the light of lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. I felt then the great presence of the Creator of this world and this universe. God was there. Suppose I said something and He did not like it. I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, "Oh God." There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? At my slightest moment, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck. What was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. It seemed as if God appreciated that. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake, and that at this point the doctor is thinking that the snake might be admiring its beauty. Now, the next one is I did not know anything for certain. What sex was the snake? Was it male or female? I will never know. For the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. From there, it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. I was no more. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood, still holding my breath. At this point, the doctor is thinking that the snake might be admiring its beauty. Slowly, when the doctor saw that the snake was moving away from him, then the doctor decided him that he should run now. So slowly he got up from the table and started running, and then the doctor ran until he reached his friend house. And the first thing that the doctor did was he took a bath, and he relaxed. Now the first thing that doctor did, he has taken the bath, and the next day at around 8:30, with his two friends, he went to the house, and surprisingly he found that someone theft his house and left some dirty clothes of his, to which the doctor replied that the thief has such of cleanliness, and he should have also carried it and washed it with the soap, and then he could have used it. So this was the lesson and its explanation. Hope you all liked it. And this lesson was written by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir, and translated by V Abdullah. And so students, hope you all liked the explanation, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, and share with your friend, comment for more such videos. Thank you so much.